Okay, it looks like we're live once again. I want to thank you. We're coming live here from Stockton, California. This is your program, Friday Night Alive Power Hour with your host here, Soldier of Self-Mastery. Once again, we're excited, my friends. It's a privilege and an honor to be here with you. I see we have a joinee. And before I get started, I want to get some house cleaning done before I get to our proverb and our subject and our body and what we're going to be talking about in this special episode tonight. We're going to be talking about specifically about the battle that you and I are in. We're going to talk a little bit about problem gambling, the whys, the do's, and maybe why you're not having such success if indeed you are in this place where you are finding yourself in a battle. So thank you. We're going worldwide. Let's see here. Before we get started, I want to make sure that I get the house cleaning done and out of the way. This is episode 30. Episode 30. Thank you for the thumbs up. Welcome to the episode, Joe. And again, we're going to be here for 30 minutes. This is your program, but I noticed that you're not making it your program. I'm kind of getting a little bit of a vibe here. I want to kind of share this with you guys. I don't know if I'm going to continue the Friday episode. If I get enough feedback, I'm going to continue the Friday night episode. If not, we're going to just stick to the Sunday night episode. It seems like it works out a little bit better. More people are joining on the Sunday. There's more interaction. So once again, at the top of the chat, my friends, there's going to be some information for you. We are promoting, obviously, we're promoting the Little Red Book, the new revised LRB. The link to that book is there. If you haven't purchased a copy, I don't know what you're waiting for, but I would encourage you to purchase a copy. Plus, it makes a great gift. Now, I need some feedback on Amazon. Please, I don't care if it's negative, I don't care if it's positive. I need some feedback. So if you haven't gotten a fresh copy of the new revised LRB, I would encourage you to get a copy. And hey, it makes a great gift. So also, I want to share with those of you that are interested, I am opening up 2 spots a month for coaching, my friends. If you need some help, if you need an accountability partner, if you're giving money to these casinos, if you're putting money into the coffers of these casinos, I'm encouraging you to turn that around and invest in yourself. Okay, I'm going to help you get the results that you want. I'm going to help you get the results that you need if you're determined. That's what I'm about, man. I want results. I want to get there faster. I want to live, obviously I want to help people live more victoriously every single day. It just, it makes life a lot better. It makes things a lot simpler, and it helps you with your finances too. So, Alan, welcome to episode 30. Good day, mate. Good day to you too, my friend. I am from Sydney, Australia, and I have watched most of your vids. Thanks for your help. You're very welcome, Alan. I'm encouraged, I'm honored, and I'm privileged to be here once again on this Friday. We're going to be here 30 minutes. Time is going to go by real quick. Once again, this is your program. I want to get some feedback from you guys. Those of you that have been partaking of this program on Fridays and Sundays, and you're also watching videos, I'm going to ask you something here before we get into the main portion of the program. And what else? Hey, if you have $1 million that you want to donate to this labor of love, my website is open to receive $1 million. So we are open to donations, help keep this program going. So if you're benefiting, my friend, I would encourage you to give. Okay. Now, something that I want to bring up is this. I want to create a fund. I want to create a store, if you will, for those of you that are benefiting from this program and you enjoy the content. We're going to be doing t-shirts. Obviously, this is not the revised version. I still haven't gotten my copy yet. I'm waiting for it. Maybe it'll be here today. free giveaways like t-shirts, giveaway like books, giveaway like journals that you can use for yourself. Um, what else could I do? Health products. If you're into health, I drink mineral water. I've been drinking it for 2 years. It's a phenomenal product. I want to do some giveaways. Okay. If you're interested in helping out, if you want to help create a fund project so that I can start sending things, shipping things, like I said, whether it be a book, a free book, autographed book, a t-shirt, Soldier of Self-Mastery t-shirt, not this one per se, one with the logo and maybe with a phrase in the back or something, journals so that you can keep track of your progress. And we've got some health products I call Ionite. It's just basically natural green products that you put in water to help you stay healthy, my friend. Help you keep this operation going healthy up here. So if you guys are interested and you want to give me some feedback, again, my links are going to be at the top of the chat. I would encourage you to do that. And let me know. Hey, maybe you care about what's going on here, or maybe you don't. And I'm just being upfront with those of you guys because I'd love to be sending out books and journals and different things, but out of my pocket, that's going to be a little bit challenging at this point because I know some of you are from different parts of the world and it takes money to move things. So I'm throwing that out there. And secondly, what kinds of topics would you guys like to discuss on this program? You got a topic in mind? You got something that you would like me to kind of rack my brain and maybe do some study, do some research on, and bring it up as a topic in this program? Again, this is your program. I'm here to serve. I'm here to encourage myself too. I'm here to motivate myself because I need it too, man. And sometimes all I got is me. So with that said, I think I'm done with the house cleaning. Oh, we'll be back here on Sunday at 4 p.m. So with that out of the way, let's get into this program. Alan says, I'm a recovering gambling addict, which has got me into a lot of debt. But once I get on my feet, I will definitely give back. Santos. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate the comment, man. I appreciate the comment. By the way, I've been to Australia. Let me see. What part of Australia was I in back in the 80s, mid 80s? Perth, Perth, Perth. We were on an aircraft carrier and we pulled into Perth, Australia. I was there for about a week. Man, I loved it. Even though we were driving on the wrong side of the street, the lanes and everything is like opposite of the United States. So that's just a joke. But I did enjoy my time there, and I met some really cool people in Sydney, Australia. Terry Hardy, hello. Love listening to you. Definitely helped me. You're welcome, Terry. Welcome to episode number 30. We're going to be here for a little bit. Time is moving along. I want to talk about, actually, before I get started, I want to read this proverb, okay? I usually read a proverb. And this is wonderful because I meditate. I do a lot of affirmations. What keeps me going every single day, what keeps me fighting depression or discouragement or my own brain trying to point a finger at me and make me to look at my failures and my losses and the stupid and foolish things that I have done. Believe me, it's a horrible pit to fall into. And I do affirmations. I do quite a few things, but let me read this. It's Psalm 139:14. It says, I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. My friend, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are not just a hey there. You're not just a anybody. You are a pretty marvelous creature. I don't know if you've learned to accept that yet, but I tell you, once you learn to accept that, it's just gonna make your day. It's gonna brighten your day. It's gonna help you it's gonna help you awaken your inner giant. So with that out of the way, we're gonna talk a little bit about what's it gonna take to get us to that next level of living, of thinking and performing. I really desire to get up every single day, happy, fired up, inspired, creative, motivated, and thinking a lot wiser. Do you guys feel the same way? Do you guys feel like that? You want to get up every day wiser, motivated, inspired, creative, and happier. So it does take work to do that, right? You can't just say, okay, this is the way I'm going to be. It's a process. It takes a little bit of work. And I'm sure you've heard this before, that once a body in motion, a body and mind in motion stays in motion. Oh man, I'm telling you, it's exciting. It really is exciting when you have that going on in your life, because when you face those walls, those tall walls that you come up against, they're very tall, or those doors that just don't seem to want to open. You stand there and you look at those things, you begin to figure out ways, and you kind of laugh too, because that's just an obstacle in your way to help you get to your next victory. So you laugh sometimes. Yeah, you may cry a little bit. You may pout just a little bit. By the way, I'm going to challenge you guys not to complain. Every day, every day I get up, every single day I challenge myself not to complain. That's powerful. That's extremely powerful. So let me take a look at some comments here. Cosmo Lang, welcome to the episode. Thanks to your videos and a lot of hard work, I am 72 days free of gambling. Oh yeah, 72 days, man. Celebration. That's a step, right? We're going to talk a little bit about some of these things because I'm checking out your comments on my videos and stuff like that, and I really want to respond. Daniel Horton from New York City. Greetings, Daniel. Thank you for being on the episode, man. Time is we got about 15, maybe 20 minutes left on this episode. So I see we've got others. If you want to identify yourself, share your name, where you're from. I would love to know who you are, where you're from. I truly appreciate all of you guys. Again, I don't know if I'm going to keep this Friday night session. If it continues to grow and if I get enough responses, I'm going to keep this Friday night session going. If not, it's just going to go strictly to Sunday night. So I'm really encouraged. I really encouraged with this program. 30 episodes. I tried this. We tried something similar in the past. It didn't work, so I put a stop to it and I restarted the program. It's a little different now because I'm getting interaction. So I really appreciate every one of you guys. And you guys are all special. You're all special. You all have the ability to be happy every single day, and you have the ability to do some really great things with your life. And Santos, you don't know, man. You don't know me. You don't know where I'm at. You don't know where I'm at right now. Well, the point is, I don't know, but you're right here in front of me, which is very positive. And it takes courage. My friends, it takes courage to be here right now. You may think, well, that doesn't sound like it is a big deal. It's a big deal. It takes courage to be here, to be on the chat, to identify yourself, because the truth is that we're all going through something. We're all being challenged. We're all going through some kind of a struggle, whether it's fighting off, the mental, you can call them demons, fighters, the mental fighters that are coming against you. We're all and we may be in different places in life, but we are all fighting. We are all fighting. And you know what? I consider each and every one of you as a soldier. You may be a fallen soldier, but nevertheless, you're still a soldier. So, Terry Hardy says, awesome, Cosmo, keep up the great work. So I commend all of you guys. Yeah, congratulate you on that 72 days. Keep it going, man. Keep it going, because you can. I believe in you, man. I know you can do this. I know you can do this, and you can do more, each and every one of you guys. You know why I know that? Not only because you're fearfully and wonderfully made from the Psalm that I read earlier, 139:14, but because I know me. Now, I'm going to say this, that taking that first step is very scary. I remember when I began challenging my addiction, it was scary, because I was doing life hacks, I was doing different things, but every once in a while the creepy thought of fear would creep in, and that thought, I remember I could still hear the sound of those thoughts. Santos, I don't know if you can make it. Santos, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think you can do this. Santos, you've been doing this so long. And it is frightening. Taking that first step to overcome your addiction, your gambling addiction, is very frightening, because you've been doing this for so long, and the mind only knows, right? It's habit, what you've been doing for so long. And then you try to step away from that, and then your mind pulls you back, right? So you jump ahead, right? You're fighting, and then your mind pulls you back. It's not your mind. It is your mind to a certain degree, but it's the temptations, excuse me, right? It's the triggers. So obviously, I admit it was scary for me. I was very scared, because I was afraid to fail. I was afraid to tell people, what, I was afraid to tell myself. Many times I would get in front of the mirror and I would talk to myself. And as I was talking to myself, I could hear my mind saying, like a question mark. Can you really overcome problem gambling? You've been doing it so long. Your life is a mess. This is what you know. And those thoughts are debilitating thoughts. Those are the thoughts that we fight against, right? Along with the temptation, along with the triggers. And nobody knows you better than you know you. So I share with you, obviously, right, you have to have determination. In order to overcome problem gambling, you have to have determination, number one. You got to have something that is going to get you to focus in the right direction. Number two, you got to have a plan, right? Now, number three, you execute that plan. Number four, you're going to fail. Number four is actually analyzing. If you are seriously determined, and here, I'm not here to judge anybody. Welcome, John. Welcome to episode 30. Thank you for being here tonight with us. John Torres asks, how many years have you been away from the gambling? Well, I made a decision probably about 2 to 3 years ago. And did I fail within that time period? You bet I did. You bet. I didn't get it the first time. I didn't get it the second time. I didn't get it the third time. The fourth time, I started thinking a little bit differently. Why? Because I was completely determined. You see, when you are, there's a difference between trying and determination. When you are determined, you will break through. Guaranteed. You will break through, because you're determined. And you have to create a plan. I can share, life hacks, a lot of the things that I do, reading books, watching lots of videos, positive self-talk, getting in front of the mirror, something that I truly love, getting in front of the mirror and looking into my eyes and having some serious conversations. Accountability, right? Seminars, coaching, different types of programs, different types of things. You know what's going to work best for you, but you got to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, they say that we don't plan to fail. We fail because we don't plan. And I can guarantee you your victory if you are completely determined. When we're in the midst of battles, we can get discouraged. We can, the mind begins to point a big finger, right? You begin comparing yourself with other people. some of the worst things that you can do when you're beginning your fight is comparing yourself with somebody else or allowing you to beat yourself up. You know, you fall into a slime pit. Now, I was remembering, you guys probably remember the movie Spider-Man. I think it was Tobey Maguire. He was sitting in the cafeteria. This was after he got bit. He was on that school project. He gets bit by a spider, right? And then he starts experiencing different, his mind and his body begins to go through like a metamorphosis kind of thing. Well, he finds himself at school one day, and he's in the cafeteria, and he notices that he's got this web coming out of his wrist, right? The web, and he had no control over these superpowers, but that web became real sticky. Like, remember, he was pulling on it. Next to you know, it grabs a plate of food, and he moves his hand, and he hits the guy in back of him, and he's in a fight, right? So, you know, these slime pits that we can fall into are like that cobweb. It becomes really sticky, and if we're not careful, we get stuck. You know, we get entangled, and we can't. Well, we can get out of them, but some people don't. They stay there, right? They get ahead a little bit, and they fall right back into that slime pit. And that's one thing that we must definitely be. We must be completely consciously aware of these things that are going on. You got to have a plan. I know I'm going to be mentioning this quite a bit here. You absolutely have to have a plan. And if your plan is not working effectively, you know, remember I said, number one, determination, right? You got to have desire, determination. But you don't even really have to believe, because it's hard to believe in yourself when you're just starting out. Determination, plan, right? Execute. You begin to work your plan. And number four is you analyze, because when you fail, you got to step back and look at, okay, why did I fail? Why did I fail yesterday? Why did I fail last week? Okay, what could I do differently? You know, you take notes, keep your journal. If you journal, I suggest that you should journal. Boom. You get that in your mind. When you write it down, it cements better in your mind. So now you've analyzed, okay, it's time to execute again, okay? Then you run into another scenario. Boom. The more that you analyze your plan, the more steady you will become in your effectiveness in working. And I'm telling you, man, you know, I know it's kind of easy for me to say this, that, you know, for me today, to defeat gambling is a lot easier than we realize. But of course, there has to be some tools in the mix. There has to be a plan, and there has to be momentum. But ultimately, only you will be able to get the victory. Only you, really. Yes, we all need help. I need help every single day. So let me go back to, just wanted to share that. So it is scary. I admit, I was scared, man. I was very scared in the beginning. I was frightened because I didn't know if it was possible. You know, I didn't know if it was going to be possible. I think that's probably the fear that I had, of looking funny in front of people, maybe my family and those that I had spoken to, and said, you know what, I'm done with gambling. So the two fastest ways to begin. I'm not going to answer that right now. We're going to go into that in a few minutes here. The two fastest ways to begin, and how do we stay consistent? I've already given you the answers to that. The two fastest ways to begin, and how do we stay consistent? Because I'll tell you, it is possible to change your mind. Your mind is like a computer software, right? Your mind is not a computer, but it's like a computer. You change the software, it changes your thinking pattern, and that thinking pattern changes your lifestyle. So let's see what Cosmo says here. You are absolutely right, Santos. If you talk down to yourself when you have failures, it makes it that much harder to succeed. You need to be your own best friend trying to kick bad habits. I tell you, it's not only creepy, when you talk yourself down. But I don't know. It's just it's depressing, man. It puts you, it takes you into a zone. You know, we all want to be in the right zone, right? Talking down to yourself, like Cosmo was saying here, it puts you into a zone. And it's a zone that I mentioned earlier. It's like a slime pit, right? It's all sticky in there. It makes it hard for you to get out of sometimes. Comparing yourself, beating yourself down, talking yourself down, or just letting your mind become your worst enemy or your worst nightmare. Oh man. Sometimes I'm not saying that I do this, but sometimes I feel like, wouldn't it be neat if you can just unzip your head, pull your brain out and punch it a few times, mash it a few times and then put it back and zip your skull back, so it's not thinking that way that it's thinking. I know that's not possible, but man, you use your imagination sometimes to think about things, like, because some of the stuff that we all go through, man, it's horrendous, man. It really is. It's just, it's horrible, man. I mean, I fight every single day. Earlier today, I was driving, and a couple of thoughts were hitting me really hard. And one of the thought was discouragement, right? That demon of discouragement was trying to get on me. And I said, you know what? No, you're not. No, you're not. What did I do immediately, man? I pulled out my positive self-talk. And that's what I do. Sometimes when you're driving, or sometimes when you're doing things that you don't have access to a video, you can't pull out a book, you can't get on the phone and call somebody, but you have your mouth. You gotta do positive self-talk right then and there, because if you don't, that thought, like Cosmo says, that thought will bring you down. It'll push you down right into the slime pit, my friend. And it's like you're stuck there. You won't be able to get out, man. And when you do, it's like you're defeated. Stay tough. Hello, my friend. Welcome to episode number 30. Good to see you guys here. Auto Magic. Practice makes perfect. Well, I'm going to share something with you there. Practice makes perfect. At some point, you'll resist the urge effortlessly, as I feel like I'm doing now. I agree with you, Auto Magic. But here's the thing. Practice, and I'm not saying that that's what your way of thinking, that's the way that you're bringing it across. Practice makes you better, because perfection, really, in this world, the only one that I know that's perfect is God. I used to say that a lot, because we hear things, right? We repeat a lot of things that we hear. So I used to always say, you know what? Well, I'm not perfect. I used to say that a lot in my videos. Well, I'm not perfect. I'm getting away from saying that, because the truth is it's kind of, we get better through practice. So I agree with you on that aspect. We do get better. I've got my grandchildren running around at the top of their lungs, yelling out there in the yards. So we do get better. And I tell you, the mind is fascinating to me when I think about it, because I remember I used to have low self-esteem. I used to have insecurity. I used to battle depression quite a bit. I used to go into depression quite a bit. And then I would get in front of the TV and I would watch, 6-7 hours of Westerns, cowboy Westerns, and Star Trek, and maybe some other kind of, maybe even news. I'm telling you, 6 to 7 hours. And I lived in a world, and of course I was afraid, and then I was addicted too, right? I had these addictions that I didn't know how I was going to get away from them. Today, it's like, now whenever I get thoughts or whenever I get tempted, all I got to do is just say, you know what? Stop. I ain't going there. Boom. That's it. And the thought's eliminated. Of course, I've created momentum. I've had a lot of help. I've watched a lot of videos. I do a lot of self-talk. I talk to myself quite a bit, and I'm not ashamed to say that. I'll talk to myself anywhere I need to. I don't care if I'm in front of people in the supermarket. If I need to talk to myself right then and there, I'll do it, because I've learned that the moment you allow certain thoughts to stay in your mind, I don't care where you're at. Don't you notice that sometimes you could be at you could be anywhere, and these these lustful just thoughts that are dripping with horror and just despicable thoughts. I mean, what I say, what the heck did that come from? You got to stop. You got to stop that thought right now. That's why I say, you know what? The battle is won up here. If you don't win the battle, if you do not win the battle here, you're not going to win it in the physical realm. It's impossible. You know, people are trying to win the battle out here. Yes, I know people. That's why we fail all the time. We fail because we're not winning the battle here. This is where we train, right? We must train the brain. We don't want to brain the train. We want to train the brain, right? This is where we train. This is where we fight. And this is where we win or lose. And whatever happens up here, it spills out. It's like, you know, it spills out like water, you know, into our physical lives. So I'm grateful that I can be here in front of you guys, helping those of you that are still in the battle. But I'll tell you, if you're here, that's a great thing. I would encourage you to continue doing what you're doing, and you know, whatever it is that you need to do, find it. You know, find whatever it is, whatever you find that works for you. You know, maybe it's somebody else's YouTube channel. Maybe it's a book, somebody's book, or maybe it is Gamblers Anonymous, or just, you know, or hiring a coach. You know, I offer my coaching services for those of you that want results, and or you know, you can find your own coach. And maybe you can find somebody that's out there available that would be willing to give you their time. And I'm telling you, a lot of people are not going to be willing to give you just their time free. A lot of people out there won't, especially when you tell them that you got problem gambling. They won't. But there's always a way to do things. And you have to absolutely find your plan. You got to find and you got to put together what works for you. And I share what I do works for me. It's been working for me for the last couple of years. Yes, it took me some tries. It took me a couple of tries in order for me to get really serious. I fell, you know, when I made my decision, I fell a couple times after that. But then I realized, wait a minute, Santos, you know what? You know, if you're gonna win this fight, you got to be completely determined. You got to be completely determined. You can't be wishy-washy back and forth, because that's not going to work. You know, that's not real determination. Real determination, I'm telling you, you're going to fight, man. You're going to fight before you go to bed. You're going to fight in the morning when you wake up, and you're going to fight throughout the day. And eventually, like Cosmo says, I believe it was Cosmo or Auto Magic, one of you guys, Auto Magic, it'll give in. It'll give in. The record that's been playing in your head will begin to play a little slower. Next thing you know, it'll begin to jump. Next thing you know, you're scratching that record. And next thing you know, you got a new record playing. And that new record is all about being happier every day. It's all about, you know, walking around in total freedom. You're working your finances better. You're being more patient with your family, your job. I mean, it's almost like you got a new job, but yet you've been working at that job for a long time, right? Everything changes, man. You just everything changes. You see things from a whole different level. My business is titled S. Rolon NXTL Consulting, right? NXTL. That stands for next level. That's what you go into, is you go into that next level. And I'm telling you, people begin to take notice, right? Then you have a responsibility to really be a witness to other people that you know that maybe you're stuck in some kind of an addiction. Particularly, we're talking about problem gambling here. Man, we've gone overboard. Let me see what we've got going on here. Thanks, Mr. Santos. Oscar. Hey, buenos dias, Oscar. bienvenido al programa. Este es el episodio número 30, amigo. Sí, yo tengo videos en español. I do a little bit in Spanish. I haven't done a whole lot, but that's an idea. That's an idea that you're sharing with me. So, but I do have some videos in Spanish on my YouTube channel, Oscar. Thank you for that. And once again, welcome to this program. There's a need in our community. Well, hey, Oscar, if you have some ideas and you want to work with me, maybe you can help me. If you haven't subscribed, at the top of the chat is my web page, my personal web page. You can go through that page and you can email me and we can communicate. I do give, by the way, I do give a 30-minute free consultation for anyone that is interested in coaching, in personal coaching. We can do a couple of sessions. I'm not trying to break anybody's pocket, man. I just want you to recognize that you can invest money in yourself. Instead of throwing it away, instead of putting it into the coffers of the casinos, you can invest in yourself, help you get some results. 1 month, 2 months, whatever it takes, man. And again, I'm not here to break anybody's pockets. I'm willing to work with anybody. If you're seriously determined, I'm going to help you get the results you want. It's not just about being on the phone or being on video with me and talking back and forth. No, it's about helping you get results faster. But the only way that's going to happen is if you're completely determined. So, thank you, Oscar. Automagic says exactly, no wishy-washy. I mean, it's true. And, I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm not here to judge anybody. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I'm not here to judge, man. I don't, I do care about where you're at. And I know sometimes I say, I don't care where you're at in life. I do care where you're at. But, it's not about where you are. It's about where I see you can be. See, that's what's important for me and for you. It's about where I see where you can be, because each and every one of you guys can do this. Gambling's a lie. Gambling is a big fat lie. Problem gambling. Some people say, well, you can go to the casino, have fun, and you can control your money and this and that. That's not problem gambling. Okay, well, that's fine. That's not for me. For me, it's always been problem gambling. I assume just stay away from it. If you can go in a casino or you can buy lottery tickets or you can drink beer or you can whatever in moderation and you have full control, well, okay, that's your business. But I'm here to tell you the truth, man, because it does me no good to be here on this program and lie to you or just kind of, sugarcoat things. That's not going to work. That hasn't worked for me. And I tell you, man, when my brain begins to come against me, I slam the brakes quick. No, brain. No, you are not going. I've been challenged. I'm always challenged with different things. I'm 52 years young. I got a family. I got a son that's in the United States Marines. I got a daughter that's still at home. She's going to be 20 years of age. We have struggles. I have challenges financially. I haven't worked a regular job for over a year, and I'm going to school. I'm doing some things, but I'm also, like I said, I've wrote the book. I'm promoting my book. Actually, this is the older version. Obviously, this is the older version of the book that I wrote on Amazon. And if you're interested in getting a copy of what my book is, actually, my beautiful picture is on the front page of the new book. And I'll probably have that. I'm waiting for my new copies. But you can get it on Amazon and Kindle and Amazon going through the link that I posted at the top of this chat. So, and, again, I'm here, I don't care. It doesn't matter where you are at. If you want to do a free consultation with me, 30-minute consultation, and hopefully, we can go somewhere with that. That's what it's about. It's about humbling ourselves, kicking pride to the curb, because you may think, well, I can do this by myself. My friend, it's not easy to do it by yourself. And most people can't do it by themselves. I know I couldn't do it by myself. I tried many times, and then I figured, you know what? I'm going to have to invest money. I'm going to have to pay for a coach. I'm going to have to go to this seminar. I'm going to have to do this. And I've invested lots of money, at least several thousands of dollars into my mindset. So, and then there's a lot of stuff that's been free too. Videos are free. The library is free. Journaling, you can get a book. like I talk about, you know, get a journal. I don't care what, it could be a $2 notepad from Walmart. You think, well, Santos, I don't like journaling. Well, you know what? If you don't journal, if you don't write, it's going to make it a little bit harder for you. It will. I believe that writing, what do you write about? Write about the life that you want to live. You know, write about a future. Yeah, it may sound kind of foolish, but write about it. I talk about these things in the Little Red Book. Write it over and over until it sticks in your head. Man, I remember weeks after weeks, and some days I wouldn't write. You know, I go 2 or 3 days maybe, but then I pick up my journal, and again, you know, this is where I want to see myself in a year. This is where I want to see myself in 2 weeks. This is how I'm going to behave. Or this is how I'm going to respond to that next temptation that comes my way. You know, I'm a smart person. I'm a leader. I'm this. I'm creative. And that's what you write about. Whatever it is that you want to write about, positive things. You can write about negative things too, but you don't want to continue writing negative. You know, I would write negative things. Sometimes I take the page, crumble it up, and throw it away. Out of sight, out of mind. And then I just write, you know, who do I want to be? How do I want to behave? The person, how am I going to train my mind? Boom, just write. And I'm telling you, man, it's powerful. And you just create momentum. You create new habits. So that's how I've done it. And that's how I'm going to continue to do it. And of course, creating videos. You create your own video. You can create your own YouTube channel. You can put it on private. You can create your own videos. You can talk to yourself in your own videos. I know it sounds kind of kooky, right? It sounds kind of spooky. You make your own videos and you talk to yourself. Hey, whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes. That's the way I look at it, man. Stay tough. I find it hard to go through this tough time, but I know that I'm excited to watch you live, Santos. It really makes me think I'm in the fight for my problems. That's good. That's why I'm here, man. You know, I'm encouraging myself every time that I come before the camera. I know I've gone overboard, man. We've gone over a little bit overboard here, but I admit, you know, like I said, you know, the reason why I am where I am is because I've created momentum. But I tell you, when I first started climbing this ladder, it wasn't easy. It was very frightening. It was scary. I would fail. I did fall, but I got right back up, man. As soon as I fell, I got right back up, and I did the same things over and over. And because I believed after a while, I started believing that, you know what, the more input that you put into your mind, the more input that you put into this mind, it changes the way you think. And that's the key, right? You got to change the way you think. And once you crack that like they say, you know, you find that it's like breaking into a safe, right? There's certain codes. Sometimes you only have 2 codes and you're missing 1. And people give up. They've got that one more code, that number they need to get, and they give up. No, don't give up, man. I don't care. I don't care. Don't give up on yourself, man. Keep going forward. You know, get back up. If you fell, I don't care if you fell. Well, I do care. If you fell this morning, maybe you were in the casino last night, and here you are in front of this camera, in front of this video. You know, don't get up. You know, pull out your journal, dust that thing off. Go on a video spree. Watch 3 or 4 hours of videos. Maybe watch the same video over and over. If it catches your attention, if something grabs you, watch it over, listen to it, read it a couple of times, and take notes. That's what's going to help you. You know, you fine-tune your inner voice. That's what's going to help you. When you find that thing that kind of grabs at you and you feel it, maybe it challenges you a little bit. That's it right there, man. That's where you need to camp out there, man. You know, set up your tent, get your cooking utensils, have your weapons nearby, and camp out there, man, until you really begin to feel that mental shift. So, John Torres says 52. Wow, you look great, Santos. Thank you. I appreciate the encouraging words, man. You know, I do my best to try to take care of myself these days. But I tell you one thing that helps me is that water. I drink special mineral water. It's a product that I promote. I have videos on my YouTube channel about the iodine, and it's not even expensive. It's like maybe $35 a monthly supply. You put liquid minerals. You put drops in water, and you just drink your water, man. Drink your water. Prevent you from getting colds. I notice a big difference, a huge difference. So I'm going to probably be on that product. And the inventor, the guy that put it together, Dr. Fred Kaufman, he's a good friend of mine. He's a research scientist, phenomenal guy, man. Dr. Fred Kaufman. He's the founder. Him and his wife are the founders of Basic Reset, which I'm a part of. So if anybody's interested in health, if you're interested in getting better health, all of our products are green, they're natural, and they're very affordable. They're very affordable. That's why I take them. So, and it's a business opportunity too. So, thank you, John. Stay tough. Thank you, Santos. You know what? I want to thank all of you guys once again. It's a privilege and an honor to be here, man. So let me just finish up here. Okay. 2 fast ways to begin. Number 1, you got to make determination your best friend. And you got to get a plan together. 2 fastest ways to start working against addictions and negative thinking. How do we stay consistent? Number 1, analyze after failure. If you don't analyze after failure, you're not going to stay consistent. It's impossible. So once again, I'm encouraging those of you guys at the top of this chat. There's 3 links, and they all basically tie into my personal website, soldiersofselfmastery.com. You can purchase your book. It's a good gift, by the way. You can donate. Hey, if you got $1 million sitting around, you want to do something, you want it to go to a worthy cause, help out this labor of love, man. It'll go towards a good cause, my friends. And we can fund that project. Like I said, I want to give away journals, a little book journals that you can write in. I want to give away T-shirts, Soldier of Self-Mastery T-shirts with the logo and maybe a nice phrase in the back or a nice phrase in the front with the big logo in the back. You guys know what my logo looks like. The 2 swords, the lightning bolts with the swords, SOSM, Soldier of Self-Mastery. Health products. We can give away health products. And what was the other one? Let me see. T-shirts, signed books. If you want a signed book, one of my new books. If you guys are willing to create a fun project, or maybe there's somebody out there that if you have some ideas, my friend, you got something that you want, you got a topic, something that you want me to talk about in the next episode, send me an email. Don't be afraid. Only pit bulls bite. Oh, some of them. Okay. And the next program will be on Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My friends, I'll see you once again here. Thank you around the world. Share this video if you've enjoyed it. Share it with somebody. It'll help somebody else. Once again, it's a privilege and an honor to be here. I'm humbled. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to the next episode. I'm encouraging you all to make every single day a super fantastic, terrific, over the top, in spite of and because of day. So with that said, I'm out.